Well, throughout the month of May, we're celebrating the essential role of the beef industry in our state, which involves beef producers, processors, and exporters.
Dignitaries attended Governor Pillen's proclamation signing for Beef Month to share their insights. Grace McDonald is here now with a little bit more on how the industry is sitting. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning. Yes, as many know, the Cornhusker State ranked #1 in beef and veal exports as of 2024, shipping more than $2 million in products across the world. But beef producers didn't achieve this ranking overnight. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture statistics, Nebraska processed more than 6.8 million head of cattle last year, and compared to the rest of the nation, we rank second in cattle and calves at 6.05 million head and second in cattle on feed at 2.7 million. However, due to droughts and dry conditions in general, we're facing a low number of mother cows in our state right now. Governor Jim Pillen shared his thoughts about how producers are adapting.
Heifers are so expensive that a lot of people are saying, I don't know if I'm going to want to keep them because I could make more money just feeding them and getting them to market. So there's concern when that number flips. So right now, and then of course it's been dry for so long, we think it's normal. So we're going in our third year of below normal precipitation. Getting rains right now is really critical because Nebraska's ranchers are conservationists, so they don't want to overgraze. So it's a really tricky month to what's going to be going on. And my guess with everybody that I get to interact with, that the cow numbers are going to stay down, that the cattle numbers are going to stay down, which that means that everybody's in the cattle industry has good profit margins. So it's been a good time for the cattle industry.
As ranchers adapt to the changing industry, one way you can support them is by participating in the Nebraska Beef Council's Beef Passport program, which includes restaurants, meat shops, and meat processors.
That is so cool. And what places have you visited, Grace, on the Nebraska Beef Passport?
Well, the Single Barrel Restaurant in Lincoln hosted the proclamation signing, but otherwise I've been to Bob's Bar and Grill in Martinsburg and the Loading Chute in Hampton. I've also visited processors like Belshner Custom Meats in Amherst, and I know the St. Boniface Church in Elgin relies on the Wahoo Locker for sausages. And many of these places have long family histories behind the business too, which I always find really fascinating.
Yeah, it's always good to get to some of those places and try some of the things on the menu.
Yes, definitely.
And you feel good when you have some beef.
You do. It just kind of fills your tummy and your soul.
Yes, you need that protein. All right, Grace, thank you.
Thanks.